like right. Like Tristan is what, 11.
Yep.
Maya's 3, and then Marley's like 6 months. So,
we had all our kids almost at the same time.
Yeah, man. What whenever this is over, I'm getting out that way because I need some hikes in my life. I need some Seattle, Washington, greenery, nature, waterfalls, all of that stuff. So I'm getting out there.
Yep. You need the Pacific Northwest outdoors.
Bro, I know. Well, you got a question for me?
What's your workouts been like?
Great question. So trail running. So mostly it's been trail running. Actually, I got the whole family on it now. So I convinced Maria to like, let's get it. And so she's on board. Tristan, I'm changing his mindset because, you know how it is. You know, he wants to make the NFL. I'm like, you're not working NFL right now. So it's time to get it. His body's changing. So, yeah, man, a lot of trail running, a lot of heart rate training. And I got kettlebells at home. So I'm doing a lot of kettlebell training, a lot of HIIT workouts. And I call them and running.
Yeah.
And I got into running a lot probably the last 2 years. But I just been calling them flow workouts. Really, I'm not going in there like with a plan and just going there, just working the whole body and just doing whatever for like.
How are you
minutes.
managing like your asthma and being able to do all of your workouts with the high intervals and like the running and stuff like that? Because I got weak lungs too.
Yeah. So, for me with my asthma, well, I think heart rate training helped. Over time, like me really like expanding my I don't know the right terminology for it, but my oxygen levels of being able to like hold certain things at like high heart rates, and that helped. And then also just diet, like, especially with asthma. Like a lot of asthma is caused by inflammation, and so like eating foods that cause inflammation or cause mucus buildup, like milk, dairy, and me trying to stay away from those things really helped.
Yeah, we cut out gluten, the whole family, so we're all off of gluten. We're cutting out dairy. We cut out processed sugars, and we started using stevia instead of sugar.
Yeah.
It really helps a lot. Like,
yeah,
I've been
big time.
noticing a huge difference.
Cool, man. Well, I'm going to get back to these questions. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon, all right?
All right.
Let's get it. Cool. What's up, Trent? Long time no see. What's good, y'all? Is Maria on here? Somebody said Maria. Is Maria on here? I need to bring her on live. Maria, you're on here. Say something. I'm gonna bring you on. Who else we got? Who else want to ask a question? Hey, listen, don't be coming on here doing no crazy stuff. All right, this is not quarantine radio. All right, you go to that. All right, don't be coming on here doing no crazy stuff. Oh, Maria is on here. Okay, let me bring Maria. Maria, you want to come on? Let's come. Let me see. I'm gonna bring Maria on. This would be an interesting conversation. Hello. Hey.
I am here with all the kids.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Tris?
Tristan
What's up?
is pestering his sister.
I see. Tristan, you better leave. Hey.
That was an accident. So my question for you is, when are you coming home?
I knew that was coming. I knew you were on here. That's why I said Maria's like, oh, she on here. She like, because I was like, she about to be like, oh, it is about to 9 o'clock. You need to come on. I'm coming home here in a minute. I just want to get all this out the way. Somebody asked you a question. How? Oh, let it go. Oh, you're not Elsa. Who are you?
Who are you?
Ariel?
Today? I'm hungry.
Be twins.
You twins?
Marley. Maya found an outfit for Marley to match her.
D-Flow said that. Yeah, Jeremy got him, D-Flow. I see why you got the beard too, D-Flow, while you on here. Because, yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, you can't do no edge up with a mask on. But, okay, what question? What? Somebody asked you a question, Maria. Somebody said, how are you dealing with all of this with kids and staying in the house and everything?
I'm hanging in there. Every day
Buy a
is
thread.
So... Huh?
I said buy a thread. I'm just playing.
No.
Tell me, did you hear me talking to Lindsay about you working out and everything now? Like,
yeah.
Where did that decision come from?
I don't know. I just need the energy. Keeping up with these 3 kids, I'm exhausted. And you've always told me. See?
What'd she say?
She said, she wants to call you. So I just need the energy, and then keeping up with this girl right here. She's the most active one out of the three at this age. I can't.
One more.
So, but yeah, I heard you talking. I was watching you when you were talking to Lindsay, and you said that Marley is 6 months old.
She is.
No,
She's
8
not.
months old today.
Bro, quarantine brain, my bad. You're right. Dang, she is September. Dang. I be getting confused with all that. Like the whole mom talk would be like, oh, she's like 39 weeks and 4 days. Like I don't like once they hit a year, that works for me. She's she's
So how
almost
am I
one.
parenting in quarantine with your help?
So
this is crazy.
I want to ask you one more question. It's funny, I'm asking you questions on my live. So I just talked about this on Facebook Live, and I remember we're gonna do a podcast over this, but if you can briefly touch on it, like the co-parenting situation. Like a lot of people know or don't know. Like me and you co-parenting for about what, maybe 3 years,
Yeah.
3-4 years, and at first it was rocky. Adjusting to it. We both were new parents. I wasn't in the best place in my life. And the thing that I've always said that I truly admired is how we matured in co-parenting, because, we talk about this, like there's so many and listen, guys, on here, I understand that there is different situations. Like, I get it. Some people you're dealing with some, for better lack of words, a bad person. I understand that. But like, how do you like? What was your thing? Because I feel like you had every right to kick me while I was down if you wanted to. Like, you could have been like, "Oh, you ain't playing no more. You ain't this. You ain't that." Like we see a lot of people do. So,
Yeah.
like, why didn't you do that? And like, what advice? Yeah, why didn't you do that?
Okay, first, because my son is my priority, and I want him to be raised the way, like, I wanted him to grow up being raised right. So me always, if I was to bash you in front of him, or if I was to not help make this work, it would kind of I wouldn't say ruin. That's like the worst part. Oh my God. But basically, I just wanted to see him. I just wanted him to see you as a hero. Dang. Can you come home? Everybody.
Who's Titan barking up? But no, I respect that. Like,
yeah, and come on, I was 21 years old when I had Tristan, so I was still immature, but I wanted him to know what a good man is, and when he grows older, I want him, not to be in a toxic environment. So like raising him that way, and look. I got what I wanted, right?
But I think you hit the nail on the head, because it's kind of similar I said on Facebook, was like, I realized, like, regardless, like, you weren't a terrible person at all. But even if you were,
he had
right?
moments, but
yeah, but I'm saying, you weren't terrible.
Wise has nothing to do with Tristan.
Exactly. And
our relationship, it's our relationship. Your relationship with Tristan is two different things. So I separated them.
And that's the thing that I was saying, like, on Facebook. It was just, I realized that, like, I think about my mom, right? And regardless, that's my mom. Like, I don't care anything else. Like, that's my mom. And so I thought about, like, that's Tristan's, like, mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's going to love her regardless. And, like, so why would I try to tear someone down that's going to influence his life the most? Like, I should be wanting to, even if I don't benefit from it, I should want to uplift you and build you. And I feel like that's what you did with me. A lot of people don't know that story, and we'll get into it later because I'm about to come home. But a lot of people, I'm actually trying to get lucky tonight. I'm just I'll just I'm like buttering you up.
No more kids.
But no, seriously, like, that's the thing, because you see, like, people, like, tearing other people down, and it's like, oh, he ain't this, and maybe that might be true, but you found a way to uplift me, because I think you saw that too. It's like, Tristan, that's his father. Like, he's gonna be influenced by Trent, whether he, whatever life Trent leads, he's gonna be influenced by him. And you believed in me when Like that's what people don't know. Like you believed in me, you were holding it down. And, you know, like I was broke. I was broke. Like I remember, you remember the email we looked at? You were like, I was like, I don't know if I got $150. Like for real. Like that's a lot.
But it's
Like
so
you talking
funny
about how
because
much for daycare a
we
week?
could look back on it. We could look back on it and be like, wow, like we didn't even argue about this. Like, you know.
Yeah, no, because we just put the kids first. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a few more questions, babe, and I'll be home about 9:30.
You have your kids over here.
What's up, Maya? You want to say you got another popsicle? That's like your 5th one. Call you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you. Can I have a kiss? Thank you, baby.
All right, my phone's about to die. So
All right.
See you. Hurry up and come home. Bye.
All right. That's so funny. I told I would be home at 9, but I came to serve you guys. No, we're not separated. We're married. All right, guys. I'll bring somebody else on. I saw. I was gonna bring on. Who is it? I said I was gonna bring on earlier. Not Ashley. Meg. Right. They don't even know, but they'll grow up, won't they? What you mean? I don't understand your question. She's my twin. Thank you. I got somebody who said, so do I plan on doing any speaking engagements? I don't know, man. A lot of stuff is going virtual. So I don't know. I mean, I really think that speaking engagements, sporting events are going to be the last things to open up, just to be honest. So I don't know. I mean, I'm doing a lot of virtual stuff. And so we're just working on things to do more things virtual, hopefully, because it's nothing like me being, you know, on stage, man. And if you never heard me speak live, it's a different energy. You know, I love being able to, you know, be right there with you guys. So why did I call it co-parenting then? We were talking about, guys, y'all got to listen, man. Maybe I didn't explain it right. We're talking about when we co-parented, right? We had a child before we got married, okay? We got married 5 years ago. And so we had a child in 2008. So there was a time where we were co-parenting, and people ask, like, how did we make it through that? Because it's rare that people do. And so we were just sharing some stuff. That's it. What's up, y'all? It's one more I want to bring on here. Somebody said I want to ask, where do I live? I live in America. Watching me in person is 100. We co-parent at one point. Yeah. So where's the person I want to bring on here? Let me see. Thank you, guys. I'm ready. I'm trying to bring on some people. I'm gonna be honest with you, like that I've seen that's been supporting for a minute. I always want to give them an opportunity. So let me see. Oh, here we go, Meg. Okay, cool. I got you. It's the last one. I'm out of here. You got to make the question. Dang, this thing be hard and mud to pull people on. Come on, man. There we go. All right. Which state in America? I live in Texas, the great state of Texas. Meg, I got you. I says I'm waiting on you to come on. Managing my family and career, is it hard? Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy. You know, I'm an introverted person, so by nature, you know, me giving a lot of energy out drains me. You know, so like that's why I'm not like on live every single day. That's why like I'm a very protector over my energy. Protect your peace, hence. So but you know, my friend Jonathan said on the podcast interview I did with him about when your priorities are you're always going to be out of balance when your priorities aren't in order. So I always think about that. So I just make sure my priorities in order. You know, family, you know, it's God, family, and then you know this. You guys know what I believe in. You know, I don't want to be a success to the world. I'm not a success to my family. So I'm just balancing. You know, that's why I step away. Like I'm not afraid to disconnect, not afraid to not make videos, not afraid to like step back and just focus on what needs to be focused on. So even during this quarantine, I've been doing work, but I've been using this time as a blessing to connect with my family more, you know, just to be real with you. So, and that's something I'm never going to regret. Okay, I don't think balance is something that you can find, by the way. I don't. I feel like trying to find balance just drive you crazy. Our songs. You'll come alive. Okay, I'll bring you on live. Let's see. I tried to bring you on, Meg. It wouldn't let me. All right. Kate, maybe. What's your name? Hello. What's your
Hey,
name?
Trent.
Is it Kate?
It's Kate. How's it going?
I'm doing good. Just chilling on this Sunday night. Oh, you know what I'm supposed to be watching right now? I'm sorry, it's so random.
What?
The Michael Jordan documentary. I gotta go home. But
Oh,
yes, that's
so good.
it is. It's like the final
Yeah.
night too. So I recorded it though, so I'll be up late.
Good. I've only seen the first 4 episodes, but it's unreal.
Yeah, it's good. So what's up? What question do you have? Or where are you from, by the way?
I'm in Canada. I actually seen you in Toronto, I guess.
Oh, you came to Rise?
Yeah.
Cool. How was your experience seeing me live? Like, how did you like?
Yeah, honestly, I had never been introduced to you until I seen you on stage. So it was really amazing. So powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah, my question for you would be like, what is your biggest practice? I guess when practicing faith, like how do you really just like surrender?
Yeah. Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
Okay. You know I'm about to like try to go deep when I start doing all this, right? So let me start here. For me, my faith is obviously my definition of faith is believing the odds are beatable even when the odds are impossible, right? It's believing for me, you know, trusting God no matter what. No matter how it may seem, what it may seem, is just trusting God. The reason that I'm able, I feel like, to have faith in such difficult times is not because of like, I think sometimes we think about faith is about moving forward, which that requires faith. But my faith is built upon my past experiences, right? My faith is built upon knowing that for me, God has delivered over and over and over in my life, time after time after time again. I've overcame adversity. I've overcame struggles. I overcame the hardest thing in my life, which was losing football.
Right.
I know that might seem like funny, like, you know, like not a big deal to certain people, but like that was my life, you know? So, my faith is built in that. And as far as practices, it's me connecting with God. Am I echoing?
Yeah.
Am I good? I sound like I'm echoing.
No, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, cool. So it's me, my conversation with him, my relationship with God, but it's also me getting into environments where my peace is protected, so I can have those conversations. So me, it's nature all the time. I mean, you probably see that, me hiking and me protecting my peace out there. And then it's also me acting on what I say that I want to achieve in my life. Mm-hmm. And so it's me attacking my impossibilities. So my faith is strengthened when I can show myself through my, you know, faith in God, through my faith in, you know, just hard work. I can show myself that it's possible. And so the more that I do things that seem impossible in my life and I make it possible, it could be running 2 miles. It could be whatever. My faith is built because I know the only limitations in our life are the ones that we set. The only possibilities that exist are the ones we create. And so I just know that if it's God's will for my life, it will happen. But I know that faith, it's not faith if it's not tested. And it's not faith if you're not acting on something that you can't even see.
Right.
You know, so I'm always acting on the impossibility. So I believe that faith is believing a door will open for your life that don't even exist. So you might be thinking like, how is this going to happen? You know, and it's like, I can look at this with rehab time. Like literally, I don't know, there's people in here that have been knowing me from 2010, 11. They probably can contest to this. And like, for me to be where it's at today is just faith because I could have never planned this out. It's just me acting on, you know, the impossibilities and doubts and fears and moving forward. Dr. Tony Evans says this. He says, faith is in your feet. And I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Because if you believe it, you're walking it out.
Yeah. So good. One more question. What do you listen to? Like, do you have something daily that you listen to?
Yeah. Make the World Respect Your Greatness by Trent
Yeah.
Shelton.
Honestly, I listen to it every day.
And, yeah, I do. I have a playlist, and it's different. So it just depends on my mood. So sometimes, like when I'm training or running, I'll listen to podcast episodes, or I listen to like audiobooks. I think it's called Binkus or Blinkus, the 10-minute book.
Yeah.
I listen to that because I'm like, okay, I have 12 minutes to get through a book with cliff notes, whatever. And then a lot of times it's instrumentals. It's just instrumentals of like peace, like almost like baby sleeping music.
Right.
It just puts me in
you play in some of your lives when you're
exactly,
like out in nature. Yeah.
Exactly. So that, and then I have my ratchet playlist too.
Oh, I love it.
that gets me going, So it just depends on the mood. If I want to, I don't know if you listened to the last podcast, but I want to tap into the T-Shell alter ego. It's gonna be a lot of ratchet stuff, And then, but if I want to tap into like the Trent, more like who I am on a daily basis, a lot of peaceful instrumentals, a lot of things that just speak to my heart, or books.
So good. I love it.
Awesome. All right. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Thanks, Trent.
Great questions, y'all. Well, I gotta go. I want to just come on here and just tap in. I'm not going. I wish I could do this more, but I do have some surprises. I'm gonna start bringing some guests on here. But I like to bring in like guests that like the world knows, but I also like to bring in like people, because I'll just tell you this: I probably learn more from like everyday people, even though I feel like we're all everyday people, but for a better lack of words, that have taught me so much more than even experts have. And so like I like to bring in people through people's experiences. People say like, who's your mentor? And I'll be like, life, like whoever, I can learn from. I think so many times we look at a person like, oh, just because they have this platform and, they're expert in this and like they, I can't learn from a person that doesn't have a blue check. Absolutely not. Like if you really open up your mind to learn from the world and learn from what's around you and who's around you, you will learn so much. I mean, my content is created from that. Like it's created from my own experiences, from experiences that are around me, from experience of other people. And I think you can learn a lot about life. So I just want to tell y'all that, because I feel like sometimes we get so wrapped up in this social media crap, and you see somebody with a blue check and they preaching that they're expert and all that type of stuff, and they selling you the perception and you believe it because you think they're more special than what they are. And no diss to anybody. That's even with myself. Like, I don't want y'all to look up to me like that. I don't want you to think I'm an expert, anything like that. And I know it's not the popular thing to say, for whatever reason, but I want y'all to just see a real individual that's figuring his way out through life, that's sharing some insight that I might have experienced, because that's what it's about, man. Like, so I'll never sell y'all no perception. That's why I don't be selling y'all, like showing y'all like, different type of stuff and impressing y'all with a car, all this stuff to have y'all think that I'm more than what I am. That's so whack to me, but to each his own. Like, that's my opinion, and I know some people need that and like that and motivates them. It depends where you're at, but that's just not my stilo, man. I just don't get down like that. And I just think it's sad that, we live in a social media world that there's a lot of, and I try to be transparent as I can with y'all. Like, I've struggled through this time. I have, like, mentally. I feel like I haven't been in this place of like, and it's not a bad struggle, but I wake up and even middle of the night, and I'm just like, man, I used to not wake up like this. So I'm stressed too. I'm worried too. And there's a lot going on. You should be. And I'm not afraid to share that with y'all. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I have it all figured out. Like, I'm good during this whole time. Like, just to make you guys like look up to me more. Like, I don't care about all that crap. I don't. I want to show y'all some real experiences, because I feel like relatability is what makes you special. I feel like sharing your imperfections is what makes you special. Sharing your concerns and how you deal with emotions really helps people. Nobody's helped through perfection, guys. Like, nobody's helped through perfection. People are helped through progressions, and people are helped with being transparent and sharing their journey and their testimony. So, if you're looking for somebody that's perfect, I ain't the person for you. You're looking for somebody that's super professional, I'm not the person for you. But if you're looking for somebody that's just real, it's gonna tell it how it is, that's not gonna fake it till they make it, I'm that person. I feel like we need more, not of me on social media. We just need more of that. And we have it, by the way. There's a lot of great people online, so I don't want to like act like I'm the only person. There's plenty of people, but I just see a world, man, full of influencers that don't even know who they are, but they're influencing everybody else to live a certain type of life. People, even the success talk. Like, I'm very careful with success talk, because Man, here I go. I need to go home. I'm about doing another 30 minutes. But I'm very careful with that, man, because some of us, we think what we missing is followers. We think what we missing is dollars. We think what we missing is a nice house and all those things. Those things are cool. You know, we just built a new house, you know, and something we've been working for. And it really is because I can protect my peace with the sunset and we can be out in the country is the real reason. But and it's an investment. But a lot of people think if I had these things, you know, then my life would be good. And I want to tell you, it might make your life easier for a short period of time. But if you cannot be fulfilled with nothing, you'll never be fulfilled with everything. Please understand that truth. Please. Please, please, please. I know we look up to a lot of heroes online and we follow a lot of people and we admire them, and that's great. I understand it. But I just want to know, like, when you going to look in the mirror and find your own hero? You know, like, everybody breathes like you. Everybody has struggles like you. And again, I understand getting insight and guidance from people because it's needed. I have people I get guidance and insights from, people I consider my mentors and leaders and stuff like that. But it's just like, man, this social media world can like program you so much to like have you compare your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know it. And this is something I had to remind myself of because I felt like I was, dang, man, I gotta get home. Maria's about to hit me up. Maria, I'm sorry, babe. I gotta get this off my heart. But I felt like even with myself, man, like during this time, I felt like I was comparing myself too much. And I didn't even realize it. Like, I felt like I was like, you know, I just felt like I don't know. And I feel like social media really programs us to do that. And you start to think about, like, you start to think that you're missing something because you're not doing what that person is doing, not even knowing if that's real or not. Like I said, people are so great at selling perceptions. It's crazy because they know perception sells. And so I just want you to be mindful, man. When you log on this app, like, don't be, even with my family, like, you look at our family and you're like, oh, I wish I had a family. Don't say you wish you had, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, you don't know. You know, my family is beautiful. We are beautiful. What you see is what you see is real. But you don't know. Like, you don't know what people go through behind closed doors. You don't know what people deal with. You don't know what people's struggles are. Like, people say, Trent, I wish you had my life. You don't know what I go through every single day. You don't. You know, and I just feel like we have to learn how to appreciate ours. As J. Cole said, love yours. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be a bigger house, always going to be a better car, always going to be something better, right, in this world. And until you learn to love yours, until you learn to appreciate what you have in life, your life will always feel incomplete. Guy in Fiji once told me, you know, when you learn to appreciate everything you have, you realize that you have everything that you need. And so I will always preach that message to you because even right now, we're in a mental health crisis, people. Like, I'm not going to say we're not. We are in a physical health crisis, by the way, but we're in a mental health crisis more than anything. And mentally, people are being destroyed. And some of us don't even know it. Like, even myself, I had to sit back and realize, like, man, why do I feel this way? Like, why do I feel anxious? Like, where is this coming from? And I would wake up and I just would feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I was feeling depressed. And me, yes, Mr. Rehab Time, Trent Shelton. And I want to share this because I want to let you know that you're not alone. And I had to, like, really understand my emotions, like, ask them, why am I feeling like this? So I had to log off the app. So I felt like I was, like, looking out and seeing all this stuff, whether it was real or whether it was not, and it was just making me feel less about my life, you know? And that's a real thing. No matter what you have, realize this. No matter, I just want you guys to get this message, man. Some of y'all might not feel this at all, but please, I know it's for somebody out there. I want to take this. This is a person that has 13 million people that follow him. Me, so for Facebook, Instagram together, it's things like 14 million, close to that, right? It will never be enough. I've had close to 1 billion video views. It will never be enough. It will never be enough. It will never be enough. And that's not to tell you to not to work hard, not to progress. I feel like we should do all that. Get the most out of our life. Be the greatest version of ourselves. Hence, the greatest you. But if you're thinking that money in your bank account, you're thinking that significance, all these things will make you fulfilled, it is not. And I learned that by I was in the NFL. I had everything that I wanted. And I was the emptiest I've ever been in my life. Ever. Why do you think you see people commit suicide? Did you hear Michael Jordan on his documentary? He said, man, I hope y'all heard that part. He was like, if people say they want to be me, try being me for 72 hours. You know, like, you think that you want certain things until you get it. And what's missing is your appreciation for your life. And yes, blessings happen. You know, finances get better. All those things are great, man. Like, I get it. I understand it. Like, those things are blessings. But those things can't be the things that control your worth and determine how you feel about yourself. All right. So strip away all of that. If you got to log off of social media for a while and really focus on you, do that. I had to do that because I got tired of seeing, like, just all that stuff. And I had to focus back on what I needed to do with my life. So I just wanted to share that, man, because we live in a facade society. Like, social media is entertainment. Entertainment sells. Not education, not inspiration necessarily, but entertainment. People say, like, how do I go viral? I can go viral right now if I wanted to, easily. It's not hard to go viral. People lose their self-respect every single day going viral. We see it right now with, you know, I hate to bring it up, but even with 6ix9ine, you see it, right? You see what people truly care about. People care about being entertained, and whose fault is that? Is it the person that's doing it, or is it the consumer's fault because we pay attention to it, right? People care about entertainment. You do something ignorant, you'll get attention. But is that really worth it? Is it really worth to lose yourself to be who the world wants you to be? And I'll tell you this. When you get love from being who you're not, you will continue to lose who you are. When you get love from being who you're not, you will continue to lose who you are. You got to ask yourself what's worth it, man. And I've talked to my grandparents, I've talked to elderly people, and I got a good idea on what really matters in life. And I'm always going to prioritize that. And so I just wanted to share that from my heart, man, because I know the battle that a lot of people face, man. And I know the subconscious battle that a lot of people face. And I know we look up and we idolize and we admire people. And I'm not saying you shouldn't like do that, but like, you don't know their life, man. You know, I know a lot of people, and trust me, you don't know their life. You don't know the things that they deal with. And so like your life could be a blessing. Like you having what you have could be a blessing. And don't determine your blessings by what you have, honestly. Like people think, oh, I'm blessed because I have a car. I'm blessed because I have this. Those things are good to have. Like, don't get me wrong. But blessings are health. Blessings are love. Blessings are your family. Blessings are the things that money can't buy. Like, don't lose sight of that, especially in these times where people are losing their job. Unemployment is at an all-time high. And it's hard to deal with. But don't lose sight of what really, really matters truly in this life. And you have to ask yourself that question, because I can't answer that for you. But if you ask yourself, what would truly matter at the end of your life? If you were on your deathbed, if you had a day to live, like, what would really matter? Like, what would you spend your time doing? What would you spend your time doing? It's a question I ask myself very often. And that's why I battle with so many things within myself as far as like, do I do this? Do I do that? And when I have these battles, these internal conflicts and wars within myself, like we all have, because the greatest battlefield is right here, I ask myself that question. Like, at the end of my life, if I had one day to live, how would I spend my time? And I know exactly how I would spend my time. And I know what I would spend my time on. And so I refuse to live my whole life prioritizing things that don't matter and ignoring the things that truly will matter. I'll leave on those words. I appreciate you guys. Protect your peace. I'll try to check in you guys more often, but I'm going to be honest. During this quarantine time, I'm creating different stuff. We got a lot of stuff coming, rehab films and everything, but you probably haven't seen a lot of new videos from me and stuff like that, because I'm taking this time to enjoy with my family. Who knows when we'll be locked in the house together again like this, where the kids can be at home. And I'm not saying you got to operate like I operate. You know, what's important to you, what's important to you. Do what you feel, what you must. But just think about that quote that I said, okay? Peace out, guys. I love y'all, man. Let's get it. It's rehab time. New merch coming soon, though. Y'all about to be in a surprise for this, all right? Let's get it.